Hey everybody, it's Josh from Playing for Second. As we mentioned in our last episode, I finally got around to getting a couple proper cameras so we can actually start doing some more video type content on the channel. So I just wanted to start off testing out my new cameras with a short little unboxing. So I recently got in my pledge from the latest Aeon's End campaign, which was Wave 8, The Descent. And I also pledged for Wave 7 as well. So we're going to get into that and give it a look. So I've always had pretty good success with shipping from indie boards and cards. Let's see what we got. All right, so this is actually Wave 7, Past and Future. I'm not going to get into this one too much other than just kind of flip the box over here so you can kind of see the contents. This was Wave 7, and this was not a full big box expansion like they typically do. This was kind of like an intermediate expansion. You had to have New Age or the base game in order to play this. So it's not a standalone expansion like most of their content is, but this is just some extra content for Aeon's End. This past campaign, I finally broke down and got a playmat as well. It's the first playmat I've bought for this game. They've offered playmats in the past, but I finally figured it was time to get one. And I'm hoping that this is finally going to include all the mechanics that are in the game to date. I know there are a few new things that we'll look at in the rulebook here in a minute, but this hopefully will give us a nice setup. I really like the art that's on the center of this. This is the Descent art that you'll see on the box here in a second. So excited to get the playmat into play. Looks like it's pretty wrinkled at this point, but hopefully that'll flatten itself out after a while. So let's get into the main box here. All right, I also splurged on individual player mats. Definitely don't need these, but I really like the look of how nice they kind of kept your personal supply of cards and spells organized. So I went ahead and bought a set of 4 of those so that I have those for the future when I want them. All right, here is the main pledge. This is Aeon's End, The Descent. This is Wave 8, as I said, and this is going to include some new nemesis, some new heroes, breach mages, I guess, and let's get into this. All right, so this looks like a little brochure just for the rest of their games in the series. This appears to be the Friends and Foes mechanic that was added to this. I don't know much about it other than it exists. Here's our narrative booklet. So if you're unfamiliar with Aeon's End, the last few big box releases, they have gone through what's called an expedition campaign. It's not truly a campaign game, but it gives you a sense of progression over a series of, I believe, 4 to 5 plays. And it just adds a little narrative to kind of expand the universe a little bit. The writing hasn't been incredibly strong. I do really like the universe a lot, but the writing seems to be a little reductive, and it's fine. It's fantasy. Fantasy is not my most favorite genre, but it is what it is. So here's the rulebook. And looks like a pretty standard Aeon's End rulebook for those of you that have played before. The rulebooks have been pretty good. The first game that I bought of this, the original base game box of this, they had the nice open the box and get playing rulebook. They do that here as well. So this is like a quick start. So the cards are going to be, pre-shuffled in the deck. You just have to pull the decks out and you can get playing right away. Really, really nice to get folks that are unfamiliar with the system into the system. All right. And this is the end of the expedition rulebook. So generally what you do is you play through the expedition when you get the box. And then once you're done with that, it gives you the ability to kind of take out cards or add in cards or modify cards that may or may not be able to be played with in future games. So generally, Aeon Zen stuff is all mix and match. So you can just pull out whatever set and mix and match with whatever cards you want. And that'll just generally give you a sense of what cards can and cannot be used. So here is envelope 4. Again, it's not a true campaign game, but they do like to hide stuff in envelopes. Here's your life tokens. And looks like manifest token for Lisan. So this must be a mage-specific piece of cardboard there. Here's some of the new mechanics I was talking about: electrify, immolate, and venom. I don't know much about those mechanics. I don't know how they are incorporated into the game. Some shield tokens. That was a mechanic that was added in wave 5, maybe wave 4. Not sure. You've got your tokens, your ether tokens, power tokens, nemesis tokens, charge tokens, and your turn order tokens. So pretty standard stuff for those of you that have played Aeon Zen before. And here's the important stuff now. Got our life dials. Here's the nemesis. And this looks like Gravehold dial. So pretty standard stuff there. Alright. Okay, so this must be part of that friend and foes mechanic that I was talking about a minute ago. Again, I don't know a lot about it, but it looks like the blue backgrounds are friends and the red backgrounds are foes. I'm assuming you play with one each game. Again, not sure. I'll have to get into that and find out. I am excited to get to play this. I haven't played a whole lot of Aeon Zen lately. We finally got Tim to play a game the other day, and he really enjoyed it and wanted to play that one again. The Reliquary. So this is our first nemesis. Okay, we'll have to check out what he does later. And here is our mages. And I don't know how to pronounce this one. I've said it probably differently every time. Zaxos. And it looks like this is a young version. Alshea. Okay. Quilius, which, again, this looks like a young version of the Quilius that we've had in, I believe, 2 or 3 other of the main boxes. They like to reuse the mages and just kind of change up their abilities a little bit. Same thing here with Brahma. This looks to be a young Brahma. Here is another nemesis, Absorbing Wraith. Looks pretty cool. Genti. Laysan. Thraxer, which we've had before. And the Infector, which appears to maybe be the first boss you face. Again, I don't know. I haven't played yet, but I do look forward to getting that out pretty soon. So again, here's some more envelopes. Envelope 2, envelope 3, and these are going to open up new cards throughout your first expedition that you can then reuse for the rest of the expeditions. Card dividers, those are always handy. Oh, a freeze token. Not sure what that's about. I'm assuming we can maybe freeze one of the minions potentially. More card dividers. Here's your breaches. And again, those of you that have played before, you know what these look like. But each set usually adds some special ones. So this one's the Opened Judgment Breach. I'm not sure who this below. Thraxer is who this belongs to. Looks to be the only special breach in the set so far. And then we get into our cards. And again, these are all going to be stop decks. So they don't want you to open these until you get to them. I will open. Here's 1A. Let's get into 1A and just check out some of the cards. I've always been a big fan of the art in Aeon Zen. It is, a bit generic at times, but I always liked it a lot. Flamium. Place an immolate token on an enemy. That'll be interesting. Washium. Okay, the names are getting a little ridiculous now. Acidic Flowmite. Okay, so there's some gems. Here are some relics. Coruscating Mirror. Okay, Defensive Dome. Silent Sting. And that's, again, referencing a Venom token, so we're going to have to get into those new mechanics pretty early here. Legacy Slayer. Time Rift. And Restoration Siphon. So yeah, that's just a little preview of some of the cards. I don't want to go too far, in case those of you that backed it don't want to be spoiled with any of the cards. So again, that is Descent. This also came with a small box expansion for 2. So we've got 2 of them here. One is... Oh, you know what? Origins, I believe, was the small box expansion with the Past and Future. So that actually goes with the box I set aside here earlier. And then Aeon's End Evolution, again, which just adds a new boss and a new... Oh, Dorian. That's a new person completely. So yeah, this is the expansion for Descent. So yeah, definitely excited to get into this. Hopefully, if you've never played Aeon's End, you have a chance to get to play that at some point. It's a really fun game, great cooperative game. If you like deck building with a little bit of a twist, you'll definitely enjoy Aeon's End. So that is Aeon's End Descent Unboxing. Thanks for watching. See you next time.